Welcome back to Your View.
Yes, welcome back. Now, yesterday, some shops were demolished at Romans Road in Ikoyi by the Lagos State government. According to report, the landlord of the building allegedly failed to pay 40 million naira permit. The officials responsible for the demolition stated that the landlord was warned, but he failed to inform the tenants. Now, Twitter, as I said, I was going on and on. You can call us on 070-8066-8014. You can tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC. While we're having a conversation, we're going to call the Commissioner of Information of Lagos State, Mr. Honorable Steve AYORINDE, of Information and Strategy. We're going to call him. We're going to hear his own side of the story. But what have you heard about what happened? Who wants to establish the story?
I saw the video of the demolition.
Yeah.
And it was appalling. It was heartbreaking. Because what crossed my mind in the demolition is Ada Osakwe, Nuli Juices. She's just a tenant in this building. She doesn't know what happened between her landlord and the state government. Yeah. She's somebody trying to do her business. Imagine we're saying, let's encourage entrepreneurship. She had 16 staff working in that small juice business, making juices for sale. They'll deliver, you come into the store, you pick up, you order, and things like that. And the entire building was brought down, rubbled down. Yeah. You know, and you think that they would consider, she has paid rent. Where is she going to get rent from if she's going to move somewhere else?
I heard that one of them even paid 5 million naira on 31st of August, and the next day they got demolished. Now, on this,
I don't want to defend the government. I'm not, because I really sympathize with the owners of those businesses. I'm doing a little construction, and it costs a whole lot of money to put things together. However, the dealings with between the tenants should be with their landlord, who didn't inform them of things going wrong, because the government already said that they had been informed, not once, second time, third time. They got 3 notifications that we're going to pull down this building if you do not comply with all the information we requested from you. It isn't certified, so something can go wrong. So the issue is the landlord should have communicated this with the tenants.
But there are some figures that are going around: 200 million, 700 million
loss.
Who's going to take responsibility for that?
That one for the 200 and 700 million loss, on the front page of Punch this morning, that one is a different story. Where they demolished, what's it called, a set of duplexes and schools.
So it's different.
You know, so that happened, I think, last week. So the people are saying that, you know, they are losses and who is going to bear that loss. But in this case, however, before the government will come out to say that they want to demolish any building at all, I understand that there's a 14-day notice that they would, you know, so, and usually they paste it on the building itself. I didn't see anyone. Hold on. So, I mean, it's between the owners of the business and the landlord and the government.
All right, let's hear Honorable Steve AYORINDE. Are you there? Good morning, sir.
Hello, good morning, Mariah.
Good to have you on, sir. Now, the buildings were pulled down. Obviously, the landlord was owing the state. But these are young businesses, SMEs, trying to survive in this hardship. Couldn't the Lagos State government have been a bit more considerate of these businesses and say, you know what, give them, at least the tenants, the information, what they're about to do, so they can even plan themselves?
Thank you, Mariah. It is not correct to say that only the landlord was given notice. When things like this happen, people get carried away by emotional outbursts. And just like Uwa was trying to explain, this sort of a thing does not happen without adequate notice. I can tell you without equivocation that on March 5th this year, a contravention notice was served to the landlord and to all the tenants, informing them of the legal development that place constituted and the fact that it had no permit. No response was gotten, either from the landlord or from the tenants, who should have liaised with their landlord or even directly with the government, because they know the consequence. After that, a demolition notice was now pasted there on March the 24th, followed by a quit notice order. And that didn't just go to the landlord. It was pasted there. And government won't do this without documentary evidence. It was pasted there, it was marked in red, and photographs were taken so that in the event that this sort of a thing happened, people won't get carried away by deception.
Honorable Steve,
Yes.
we know that this particular incident was as a result of a default in permission, right? Payments for permit, right? 40 million.
No,
How?
It's not payment for permit. It's an illegality.
The building is an
shops
illegality.
were meant to be there.
Okay.
It is not about payment.
Okay.
But I want to ask a question. Okay, even if it's not about payment, some reports have it on front page of Punch this morning that some buildings were demolished as a result of they did not have the permit to build those structures. How easy is it to access, is it a seamless process? Because sometimes it takes years for someone to get a building permit.
But
so
it does not matter will you fly an aeroplane if just because you claim that you have bought an aeroplane, if you do not have the permit to fly, all the certifications, will you just say because I've invested money to buy an aircraft, I will just fly it? What the law says is that you will have to get certification. You have to get a permit before you can erect a building. And the things that government will look at is the suitability. In the theater that you are talking about, it's an encroachment. Government will not give you permit to build on an encroached, land.
All right, sir.
It's not just because by the time something bad happens, the question will come back to the physical planning and urban development officer to say, did you carry out due diligence?
Okay.
Now, government is carrying out due diligence, and we are getting uncomfortable because some people say that I've lost money or that my businesses have been destroyed, etc.
All right.
Illegality is illegality.
All right, point taken.
I'm sorry.
But, sir, government is about the people. Now, these are young business, sir?
Without a doubt.
Okay,
yes, it is.
now these are young people trying to make a difference, trying to start a business in this country. Now, we're talking about compassionate grounds. That is it possible? Now, what's going to happen to these people? Their businesses are now crumbled. What's the next step?
Compassion since March this year.
Okay, what's the next step? What's the next step, sir? Who's going to pay for the losses?
What losses?
The buildings have come down.
But how would that be the business of government? Because you have been served since March that you are not meant to be there. I use the example of aviation because it involves loss of life. Now, if we were talking about the duplexes the other time that came now, will it matter whether the loss of life is 1 or 2 or 3 or 100 in the case of an aeroplane? We've got to learn to respect the law.
Right.
Okay, based on
notice was served since March.
Okay, point taken, sir. Point taken. Point taken. Yes.
Okay, sir. This building that you just broke down, that was just demolished, isn't the only building that has been marked X. There are other buildings that pose even more danger to the lives of people as opposed to this, which is just based on business. How come this building is the one that decided to be pulled down amongst the many that have been marked X?
Yeah, but if you have 100 houses pulled down, you wouldn't know the extent of discussions that are going on and the extent of compliance. Okay. That people, I'm saying that in this case, there was no response at all.
Okay.
Which necessitated a quit notice order and a demolition notice to be placed there.
Mr. Steve, to prevent
does it justify it because there are other buildings that have been marked X, that are yet to be pulled down? How many houses can you pull down in a day? Okay. But then it will get to your turn if you deserve to be pulled down.
Mr. Ayorinde, to prevent this in future, I'm a tenant in a building where the landlord is having issues with the government. What should these young business owners have done once they got the notice March 6th? Once they got the demolition notice March 21, what should they have done so that we can learn going forward? What's the legal thing to do?
If you get a demolition order
for your landlord, though.
Not for landlord. I've just explained to you, Jimoke.
Okay.
Let us be fair. I've just explained to you that if a demolition notice or a quit notice is served, the building itself will be served. It will be pasted and it will be marked.
I'm not talking about.
You can't claim that you didn't see it. Once you get that, the first thing to do is to respond to government to say that we will need 6 months, or we will need 3 months, or we will need certain number of time to move out. The same way that you are protected under the tenancy law to say that if you can no longer continue with your tenancy, the law protects you from the landlord for at least a minimum of 6 months.
Okay.
Which is the same thing that will have happened in this case. Since March, this is September, and we are saying that no response whatsoever.
All right, so can the tenants take the landlord to court on this?
Without a doubt, I should believe that is the proper thing for them to do, really.
Okay. All right, so at least I get some money back. Thank you very much, Mr. Commissioner. Appreciate it.
I wanted to ask.
Yeah, 1 second, sir. 1 second. What?
Because you see, the matter will drag if you say you want to take it to court. You understand? Shouldn't we just have like a time limit? Because if a lot of times people say that government, they are waiting on government to get permits, can the government make it easy for us to say that in 6 months your permit will be ready? We can make it seamless. It's a win-win situation for both the people and the government.
Because
we cannot wait for government. If I have taken a loan, for instance, and that loan is going to run for 2 years, and I'm waiting on government, I'm just paying money that I've not made.
Ease of doing business, sir.
There? I think we've lost him.
We need to work on ease of doing business, Mariah, because the few buildings that were demolished, the 5 duplexes that were demolished, said they didn't have necessary permits for constructing those buildings. Now, the issue is my children's school had to wait for 3 years, post-construction, for 3 years to get the permits.
Because they can afford it.
Imagine if you have a business and you have to wait that long. You would lose money.
And you've taken
we need to
loan.
make sure that our businesses, our policies, you don't just sit down and wait. Get things moving.
The process has to be seamless.
Okay, let's come. It says, instead of pulling millions of naira down, why can't you, for one, or those areas that are experiencing hard shelter? Olayori says the landlord is at fault for not informing the tenant. So far, he had been informed by the government earlier. Ademiroju says the fact that some news do not make front pages nor coverage doesn't mean it's non-existent nor happening. Omolaja says this is a very sensitive issue. Town planning is a serious business. We need more information before making conclusions. Be guided. Emmanuel says a time will come when the masses will take their lives into their own hands because government is just not sincere. Abubakar says, mark your word, whatever she wants, most women follow their minds, not their God. Tunde Lawal says the tenants ought to sue the landlord because he had been given demolition notice since March.
That's all we can take on that. But I think our hearts really go out to these people because, as I said, we're trying to encourage small businesses. We're trying to encourage people to eat Nigerian, drink Nigerian, wear Nigerian, and now they are trying to do something and they are discouraged. But I hope that they will find somehow to pull out of this and restart this business. All right, that's all we can take on the show. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we have our celebrity guest in the building. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Welcome back. We have EEDRIS ABDULKAREEM in the building. He is a Nigerian hip-hop artist who started his musical career back in 1996 with a group called Remedies. He eventually went solo and has over the years become a household name in the music industry in Nigeria. Welcome to the show, EEDRIS.
Thank you.
You probably say you go marry me.
Now you come for Ashimi, you can't go marry your girl.
How you doing, EEDRIS?
I'm so honored and so happy to be here. I watch you guys' program every day and it's so educative.
For real? Thank you so much.
So you just strolled in here with a lion, calling it a dog.
No, actually, that is a green grade. It's not a lion, and it's very peaceful.
Oh, really? Oh, you know the dog?
Yes.
Oh, really? It's out there? Oh, I gotta go say hello. What's his name?
Ezemwa.
Ezemwa. Oh, you could have brought him to the studio.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can bring
That name.
Ezemwa.
What informed the name?
When you see the dog, you know it's Ezemwa.
What does Ezemua mean?
Is anybody that is Igbo here?
No.
Ezemua means, I won't tell you, find out.
Okay, because we have
You know
someone
why?
who named the dog Buhari.
And they jail him.
No, I mean, if I name my dog Buhari, it's my responsibility. Don't tell me that. It is what I want to do. Go arrest me now. Sure.
Even what's the name?
What are you saying?
Ali Baba said the same thing. Like, one is called Abacha. All right.
No,
so
no.
how have you been, Idris? What's
I'm
going
doing
on?
great.
What's new? What are you working on?
Well, you know, at the moment, I release album every 10 years, but I had to cut it short this time around because there's so much happening and everybody's been asking Idris what's going on. You know, 12, 13 years ago, you sang Nigeria Jaga Jaga.
Yes,
Obasanjo came on the national TV and said, your papa and your mama and your family Jaga
Yeah,
Jaga.
yeah.
I was very happy that my message got to the president, you know, passed, you know what I'm saying? And I raised the Olympic torch and came back and I said, okay, now people are suffering. I mean, this is the worst.
Yeah.
In 29 years.
It's worst. It's so, people are sad, you know. So I said, okay, don't let me judge this present government. What's next? My new song is called Labor Room. Nigeria Day Labor Room.
Wow.
So it's no longer Jaga Jaga.
We don't know which picking the one born. You know what I'm saying? So the best thing we can do at the moment is tell the government the truth. Let them stand up, you know, from their slumber because people are dying every day.
Do you think that because you chose to be on the other side, not the friend of the government, it affected your career in any way?
No. Everything in life is about choice. My music is about ills in the society, social crusading, so I don't expect anybody to like me. But I have a lot of people that will love me for what I do.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's about choice.
Like, yeah, go ahead, please.
You know, just also like, you know, people say that if you want to be successful as a musician from the new, you know, entries that is going on, most importantly from the American side of you need to be a member of the Illuminati and all that. You don't have to be. You don't have to be. All you need to do is use your face, become a brand, and go into other businesses and hold yourself down and still do your thing.
Now, in line of other businesses, what have you been doing?
Agriculture is the best. That's what I do.
Really?
There's a farmer
Strictly strawberry.
What?
Really?
You grow
So,
strawberries?
so in the north, and that's the best way to do it.
Strawberries.
Strictly.
and you sell to...
Oh yeah.
You export as well.
Strawberries?
Very. That's the only way you can make your money.
Are they
and
sweet?
And I'm sure it's just as well.
Oh, yeah.
I always assume that strawberries cannot be sweet in Nigeria.
J-Town, baby.
Oh, you're
J-Town, baby. You know, so the point is, don't complain. Don't complain. All you need to do is start something for yourself. But it is important that the government need to give us a platform for us to be able to exploit.
It's the seamless thing she was talking about earlier. Okay.
You are a very controversial person.
I was going to say that
I
too.
love
And as my
controversy.
friend, I'm going to
Controversy
throw
loves me.
you into the mud.
Yes, please.
Your father is from Osun State, your mom from Ogun State, but you chose Kano as your state of origin.
Are you my family?
Going back straight to your musical career,
Yes.
what happened with 50 Cent? Some people believe that that affected your career because right after that you did not resign with Kenny's music, and then it seemed like your music just faded out.
Oh, wow.
Your core fans still are hungry for Idris ABDULKAREEM, yes. So you release your album, you know, every now and then. But then in the top notch where you were, you know, where you were one of the
Dominating,
biggest
yeah.
in the industry, we just saw, where is Idris? What happened? Do you want to talk about that experience?
Yes, I love to talk about it. I mean, I don't like to go back to the past, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, you know, you don't expect everybody to like you for who you are because you speak the truth. For example, I said to the organizers that was organizing the show that, listen, whatever you're giving 50 Cent, that's what you're going to give me. If you're giving 50 Cent an executive suite, I want my room opposite 50 Cent. If you're giving 50 Cent 17 Jeeps, 10 cartons of champagne, Domprion, and Cristal, I want the same thing. If you give me 50 Cent, 17 beautiful girls, even say I don't go touch any one of them, I want the same thing. Right? So we had an agreement, and I sent my riders, you know what I'm saying?
And they agreed.
They agreed.
Okay.
Come on, for goodness sake, Jaga Jaga was everywhere. They couldn't play the show alone with 50 Cent. 50 Cent was coming on stage for 15 minutes, and I'm going to be on stage for the next 1 hour talking to my people. And what is he coming to teach us? Sex, drugs, and how many gunshots in his body? I'm coming to tell my people what's happening, how they can change their life and become something in life, right? Okay, so I got on plane and I sat on the business class, you know, and waited for 50 Cent and his crew, 2 hours, 55 minutes. He came up on the stage and he walked up to me with his crew like bag and say, yeah, you got to get the F out of that, say that's 50 Cent. Sure, for my papa land. Let's worry you. Let's swear for you. You know, so I was like, listen, man, we don't speak F in Nigeria. In Africa, I don't want to know what F is all about. My name is EEDRIS ABDULKAREEM. I sold 4.6 million copies in a pirated country. Why don't you sit here and tell me how the American market works? So he was like, okay, I'll talk to the organizer. I went down, and the organizer was like, So instead of 50 to tell the organizer, like, listen, you are the organizer. Go get him out of the seat since you don't know him. You know, so he came back. He wanted to show me he was a gangster. So he came to attack me on my seat, and big start. I called my people, block everywhere for airport. So yeah, now, Alpha.
Do you think that that was right?
Oh, he was right, because that's the reason why Nigerian artists are getting paid now.
Yeah, yeah, because I was going to say that revolutionary, because then it wasn't popular. Because it was almost the norm where the international artists come, they get paid, the higher money, and our people. So that we know, because a lot of people know that that incident actually revolutionized the way we respect a lot of artists. But today, do you feel that Nigerian artists are given the kind of recognition
Yes.
They
deserve? Yes.
You feel so?
Yes. The only problem basically is maybe you talk about the piracy, the royalty and mechanical right, because most of them basically just want to release an album and get money from shows. They don't give a damn about their works. Some of them sell their works out.
Someone said that yesterday.
That's what Rasimono said yesterday.
But do you think you're getting enough, the kind of respect that
yes,
you
that's
deserve?
what I
Oh
wanted
yeah,
to
that
ask.
is what I'm saying. If I hadn't done that, nobody in Nigeria would. You need to be at the backstage. I don't need them to acknowledge. We're fake people. Most people are fake people in Nigeria.
Thank you. You see, because a lot of time we live in a society where people derive their personal self-content, self-actualization from what people say. How have you felt? How do you feel knowing that people out there do not appreciate what you've done, and they feel like, oh, he's not there anymore, it's a rain koja kind of thing. How do you feel? How do you keep yourself grounded? How do you keep yourself happy? How do you keep yourself forging ahead and still saying, I'm going to release an album?
Oh, because every day, just like Jumake said, my fans keep calling that, oh boy, we want to hear you. And I intentionally don't release any album, because I'm getting more information to drop something next, which is Labor Room. You understand what I'm saying? So Nigerians should sit back, relax, and I appreciate my fans for being there, you know what I mean? I'm right here, I'm not going to be a member of Illuminati. I don't need them to be successful. All I need is my gun.
You know, I asked that question recently about Illuminati.
Yeah, you asked them.
I asked somebody, so please, does it really exist?
Oh, don't get it twisted, man. You've heard about news is that few of 1 or 2 Nigerian musicians went to the pastors, that some pastors said you have to tell your son to come to the church, and they actually, I don't want to make all names, you understand what I'm saying, and it is happening. And that's why you see the MTV base, the Trace music as this rotation, and these rotations, go check it out, man. And funny enough, I'm so sorry, if you are part of those things, then be ready to be touching your ass as a man. Man will touch you for your ass.
May I take a few tweets quickly?
Samuel
Ojima said, EEDRIS, people are talking to you.
Sorry, no vex. Yeah.
Samuel says, I love EEDRIS, the only musician that can say the truth without fear or favor. I miss you. Oladele says, fame and legendary is not about being on TV all the time. Baba EEDRIS, after you, now you. Adeniran says, great guy, EEDRIS, love you, Baba. Greener Aurora says, EEDRIS, your... yes,
Yes, sir.
Hold on. My Oga and friend of all time. Lots of love and respect. Regina greets you.
Oh, Regina,
I want to ask something, because you see, people tend to forget. In Nigeria, we forget easily. Like, your songs can easily, they don't even play them like they should. You sang about Aristo.
Mr. Lecturer.
Mr. Lecturer.
Which was a major crisis for us as a people at that time. It's still ongoing. You sang about the economy. So you said you already want to do Labor Room right now. Are you going to pander to the society by doing some shake bomb? Let's just pop our shoulders and pop champagne?
The point is, since I started my career to today, what I have done and what I stand for, being a social crusader, am I successful? Yes, I am. And I'll continue to do that, whether anybody likes it or not. I don't need to stay and write songs, creativity that takes so much time and talks about boobs and booty that I don't even know anything about.
Those things make
that
money,
I'm
though.
just oh, no, I don't like that kind of money, because that kind of money will push me into other things that I won't like and that could affect my family. So you see, it's a matter of choice. Life is about choice. I keep telling people, it's about choice. I don't want that kind of money. I appreciate the money I'm making.
And strawberry is doing good for you.
Oh,
yes.
I'm
Now that I know that strawberry is doing it, I'll start buying it. I don't buy it because I thought it was international.
So, you know, so that's it.
There's
you know
a
what I
funny
mean?
tweet
Yeah.
for Idris. Caller Maja says, Idris ABDULKAREEM spoke very, very well. I beg, leave this music. Go do motivational speaker.
Idrissa says, make una forget, Idris ABDULKAREEM is evergreen. Bros, your head did it.
Okay, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll take some phone calls. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Your View. Welcome back to Your View.
Some of that time. Oh my Lord, can you save my soul? I'm in school, wanna keep my head above. My lecturer wants to have sex with me. My HOD wanna get down on my feet.
The song is not about shaking bomb bomb. It's about what you, it's your mind.
So, Idris, how have you been able to remain faithful to your one wife?
Wow.
Especially as a Muslim.
Just like I said, you know, it's about choice. God says, as a Muslim, you can marry as much as you can if you can take care of them, if you can love them equally. There's nothing like loving 3, 4 women equally. You know, possible.
Thank
now,
you.
God just they try to tell you, say, may you use your own brain. Arrange yourself.
People have interpreted that
You
thing
know
in
what I'm
different
saying?
ways.
Do you understand? It's as simple as that. So for me, it's a matter of choice, and I'm happy. I'm married for over 15 years now.
Wow.
2 boys, 2 girls.
Wow.
And I give Allah the glory.
Oh, let's take Michael from Ikorodu. Michael, are you there?
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Good morning.
Morning. Go ahead, we can hear you. Go ahead, please.
I want to appreciate all your effort in the music industry.
Okay.
Thank you.
And moreover, what I believe so much is you're only fulfilling destiny. Because from the beginning, I see how far you've gone. And scripturally, if you look at what Esther did, you know, he fought for his nation, for his people. And the same thing applicable to you. You're not fighting for yourself, you are fighting for Nigerians. You are fighting for every one of us.
Thank you.
And I appreciate that so much. And I pray that God Almighty will continue to strengthen you.
Shukra.
Please continue with the good work.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you, bro.
Thank you.
Controversies.
Still more?
Trust her.
One man has been faithful to one wife for 15 years. You are still saying controversy.
At least the controversy no day for woman. Saying that government are the fight. Thank God.
Yeah, but controversies between you and other artists, your beef, you know, with Tony Tetula, with Rugged Man, with Remedies, you know, back and forth, your beef with everyone.
You're always fighting with anybody.
Everybody.
No, actually, I'm not fighting with everybody. I'm just observant of what you say. And if I make a statement, maybe now my statement people go come here pass.
Because you have a voice, which is why they say that, you know, if you're in the public eye, you have to temper what you say, because now you then go here.
Jumoke, it is important to speak when it is important.
Okay, let me take Adesua for me solo. Adesua, are you there? Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that call.
We lost that.
So we're waiting for the labor room to come up very soon.
Nigeria get ibele. She won't born pikin yo. Nigeria day for labor room. Labor room. Oh my bimo ati momo to eje ko egbadura ko bimo orire o.
We attended the Meet Media on Sunday, and I was talking to South Sultan, and I know that he has that kind of genre of music where he talks to government and all that, and he said something which is key, that he wants to now switch, that, you know, talking to government, now it's time to talk to the people, you know. So don't you think as well that since you have so much influence, you know, on the man on the streets, those men on the street, you can also be a voice to speak to the people as well. While we're talking to the government, on one hand, we can also talk to the people. So do you have songs like that?
Yeah, but that's what Mr. Lecturer is all about.
Yeah, definitely.
I have to pick from different. I'm still going to talk about doctors, nurses. You know, there's a lot going on. Bankers.
Okay, let me talk about. Let me take this call. Sulaiman from Egbeda, are you there?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I really want to appreciate Idris ABDULKAREEM. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, thank you very much, Suleiman.
I really want to appreciate Idris ABDULKAREEM. He's one of the Nigerian musicians I really appreciated. He sings a lot of songs. His songs that really tells much about what's happening in society. Most of Nigerian artists now, they don't sing things about women, sex, and a lot of things, and they don't pass message. And that's just what I want to say.
Gracias. Now go ahead.
You have so many tweets. So.
Can I quickly take
Let me take one. Let me just take one. Daniel Tommy says, Idris has really relaxed my economy tension. Kudos, guys. You are always on point.
Thank you.
If he says, Nigeria, jaga, jaga, everything scatter, scatter, poor man, they suffer, goza, gunshot in the air. Miss you, Mr. Lecturer. Then Sunday says, please show us the dog Idris brought to the studio.
Can we go and get the dog?
Let me get it.
Honestly, I wish you had brought it.
I wish you had brought it to the studio.
Take a picture with the dog outside.
Yeah,
yes.
I'll be at the extreme. I'll be at the extreme end.
Take a picture with the dog outside.
Okay, Romanu says, Oga Idris, are you still on the street eating guguru?
Yes, so
Temple says, Baba, you too much, Joe. Maximum respect to you. You have really opened up doors for the foreign collabos.
Anthony Chinwe says, Idris really was a bold and outspoken government critic. Modern musicians take cue.
So we need to close the show very soon, and we know you're coming up with something. But now, how relevant, because there are few voices, you, Sound Sultan there, but there are young people. They are the young artists that
interested in
making the money. So what would you say to these kind of artists? Should they bring that to their consciousness of talking about the society, or should they just, I mean, can we all...
You don't have to talk about the government. There are a lot of things to talk about that has actually budget with international donors and parastatals, so you won't wait for gate fee. Foundation, for example, United Nations, for example. You can talk about rape, you can talk about different things. You can talk about women empowerment.
Let your music have a focus.
That is the only way your music will become evergreen, and that's the reason why I'm still here. If you are talking about booty, 3 months, you don't go, you're going to need to record another one, we go pass on. So,
but you didn't tell us anything about all the charity work you're doing working with the government, the NGOs.
We're doing, there is a project called Rebirth of Nigeria, which I don't want to go further, and so that make people know can go.
But what's the objective?
But basically, what it is all about is to create employment in the north, and at the same time to promote the made in Nigerian products. You understand what I'm saying? And very soon we'll be launching that alongside with my labor room. You know what I mean? And I'm going to bring the CD. I'm going to invite everybody to come.
Thank you.
I love you guys so much what you're doing, because you are role model for every woman. They need to sit back, relax, and watch you. And a lot of people watch you and they have confidence in themselves. You know, a lot of ladies don't, but they do. Thank you so much for having me.
I have to last question. Living in the north, there's no issue of fear, because we don't live in the north. I mean, she lived in the north, but there's always that non-northerners living in the north. Why are you still there? There's always that mentality in the south, like, can't you just come home? But you seem pretty comfortable over there.
Okay, now I'll break it down to you.
Yes.
I'll break it down to you. I'm proud to be a northerner, But the point is, our elders don't truly help our people. How can you have kids and you see them going around and you don't have anything to do? You don't support them, you don't put them in school, and you have so much money, and you are the governor, and you are the minister, you've been there severally, and you can't encourage and add value to this life of the people. And that's why the Boko Haram thing escalated. So I'm so sad and mad and not happy with most of the Northerners. You need to stand up and wake up, because a lot of Yorubas, a lot of Niger Deltas are taking over your jobs. It doesn't matter where you're from, we're one Nigeria, but it is important that you educate your children.
Yeah, right. That's what we'd like to end on that. Thank you very much, Idris.
Thank you so much for having me, and I'm so grateful.
That's all we can take on the
Our
show.
regards to you today and the children.
Yay, Olori ABDULKAREEM Otikpo Ajujare. Abdurrahim, Ramatulai.
No, we need to bring the other one our story. That's what you see outside. Let us ask
She
the
met
wife.
you now.
Oh, that's true.
Yes.
That's so true. She told me. We were supposed to go on the event together. Oh, okay. I didn't meet her. That's cool. All right. Here today. Have a lovely day. Guys, have a lovely weekend. See you Monday. Bye.
Bye-bye.
If you want to pass, you know what to do.
Excuse me, sir, I don't know what to do.
But I go over the muscle. You fail my test and you fail my exams. I say if you want to pass, you know what to do.
Excuse me, sir, I don't know what to do.
Am I going over the muscle? Oh yeah. Choke my fella.